the cloud. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. It's Tuesday, um, October
First,
October 1st. And so we meet on the first Tuesday of every month. And that gives us a chance to do what we're doing here tonight. Some of the events that our group is involved with is figure drawing. I'm not sure if you and Daniel, Michael and Daniel, are both aware that we have a very robust figure drawing program, and we have long pose figure studies on Zoom on the second and fourth Wednesdays of the month, and we have in-person figure drawing the third and fourth Tuesday of the month. And during COVID, we amassed a membership kind of around the world of people that belong to our group and attend our figure drawing classes. And we have models literally from all over the world that do posing for us. And let's see, there are some classes that we have that are coming up. One is a portrait drawing class by Tyler Rutherford, which is going to start in January. So that's not really current, but if you're planning ahead and that's something you might be interested in, you'll hear about that again, but January we'll have that. Sterling House Community Center is our home base. We designed and built a gallery there, and we've got about 8 more years in our term of sort of a partnership with Sterling House. So many of our events happen there. And currently we have a show up called Strength in Colors. Our difference makes us stronger. And that's going to be on through October 19th if you haven't had a chance to get over and see it. And we are always looking for people that are interested in teaching a class. If that's something either of you are interested in, we have a format for doing that. We've got fee structures, and we handle all of the booking and collecting payments and things of that sort. So if that holds any charm for you, let us know. Our writers group is on hiatus until November, and we'll start meeting in person again for that in November at Sterling House and possibly on Zoom too. Then the part of the meeting we're at now, unless anybody has any questions on anything that I've said that they want to follow up on. Okay, so we'll go to the part where we're going to share some art. Dawn, did you do yours on the theme for tonight?
Yes.
Okay. While I'm doing that, while I'm trying to find your artwork.
No, I didn't send it.
Oh, you didn't? Are you going to hold something up for us?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
This is more of a craft than art, and it hangs on your front porch door, and it's a bunch of flowers in an arrangement, and this is wire, and it's wrapped in yarn, and the flowers are held in by styrofoam. And I did this as a craft at the Elks Club in Derby with a bunch of my friends.
Oh, that's great. Did you all do something similar?
Yeah, like the yarn on everybody's was a different color. It was all shades of green or tan, and all of the flowers were different on everyone's. And I hot glued an acorn. So it's more of arts and crafts than
That's
anything.
great. So tell us a little bit about the theme that you were working with.
The harvest.
Yes.
Harvest theme. Well, I don't have many things in quilting that are harvest theme, not yet anyway. But I have some ideas and I'm going to work on this. Right now, I'm in the process of moving, so everything is packed, hence the blank wall behind me.
Okay.
So everything in here, every wall in here, it's echoing.
Are you moving
So
locally?
yeah, I'm just in Fairfield now. And everything of mine is packed. But this craft I did this week and it was perfect for the theme. So
Oh,
that's
that's
all I've
great.
got right now.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Um, okay. So because I've pulled this up, um, Michael, how do you say your last name, Michael?
It just rolls off your tongue, Jaworski.
Okay. I always like the Z after D effect.
Well, the
Uh,
DZ effect comes off as a J.
yeah,
Ah,
Jawolski. Okay,
of
wonderful.
Jaworski.
course.
I'm just going to drag some of these to my desktop and then see if I can
Yeah, it's just some examples that I'm working on or
get
I
these.
finished.
Yeah.
A little bit different though.
All right, let me get those out of the way. If I can load it. Are these JPEGs or PDFs?
JPEG.
Okay. I didn't try sharing my screen yet. Um, let's see. Okay. Now I've got, oh, I see. Now I see where my zoom is here. Let me get one of these up.
You have to select which
Yeah.
window you want to put it
Yeah,
in.
first I have to open the window, I think.
Yeah.
Open the image. And I sure hope I can make this work. Let's see. Share screen. There it is. Share. And I'll try to make this bigger without ruining the quality of the line work. Can everybody see this image?
It's
Yeah.
quite faded out compared to the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could make it a little smaller and it might increase the intensity a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you lose a lot here when it's blown up
Yeah.
like this.
Okay. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this image?
Well, the thing is, the first part of the drawing was splashing, what do you call it, watercolors on paper and see what happened. And then it was pen and ink that was added to it to make it look like a robot.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was the original size of this?
The original size is it's like almost square. It's almost 12 by 12.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't do smaller works. Yeah.
Okay.
But that was it. It was just watercolors and just playing around with them. They were taped to a board, moving them around, see what happens. And then what do you call it? Then it was pen and ink added and a little bit of pastel.
Yeah.
I,
So
li- I
you,
like
Like I,
I like the little vehicle that you've put in here.
yeah, like I says, this picture you lose not about 80% of the definition.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That often happens with translation into an image. I'm going to unshare the screen and I'll see if I can pick another image.
was
I
that from
realize,
your own imagination or
Yes.
was, okay.
Yep. All of it's from
Great.
my own imagination. Yeah. I don't this is it. I don't go paint from what I see or
Mm.
anything of that nature. It's all just off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got the way to do this worked out here.
Ooh,
That's,
oh, that's nice.
yeah, that's, what do you call it? Basically ink with some, pastel.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
that a
Basically,
particular place or did you make up the whole scene?
that's off my head, out of my head.
There's great shadows from the buildings too.
Yeah, shadows certainly can give a degree of presence to a picture.
And I like
That's-
the, um, post in the lower right.
Oh, yeah.
The
They give
boats
it,
are nice.
they give it a lot of perspective.
Yeah, having something in the foreground is always a really nice device for that.
Mm.
And again, that's about 65, 70% faded away. It's more intense naturally.
Huh.
Mm.
Let me see if I make this smaller, if it has any effect on it. It does punch a little bit more at that size.
Right. Because like, for example, the water is blue and you can barely see it.
Yeah. Actually, the image that I'm looking at has the water quite clearly blue. So it may be the zoom that's causing this, because on my screen they actually look pretty bright.
Well,
So I'm gonna,
everyone's monitor is different too. Every
yeah,
single monitor ever made is always
exactly.
different.
So I'm gonna stop the share unless somebody else has something to say. I like the composition, the way it wraps around the boats. Really makes a nice focal point for the picture.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we have two more from Michael, so. Got to reduce my screen. Okay,
Yeah, that's moving more towards collage. It's
Yeah.
yeah, and it's the theme is like Aztec Inca, but it's in a modern art design that I was playing around with and you know, moving the colors around and then on top of it trying to use some pastels. So yeah, again, it's faded out, but it's got a little bunch of figures in between here and there.
Mm.
Sort of fascinated with it.
so
Nice
when
color.
you use the word collage, I think of gluing things or attaching things to paper.
Yes,
Have you done that here?
no, that's what I'm trying. No, not here, but that's
Okay,
what I'm trying to move towards. Yeah, and this has a touch of collage in the way it's composed.
yes, I can see that. Yeah, it's really fascinating. There's a lot of texture and color to this. And I like the little images,
Mm.
the building with the face above
Yep.
it,
Hmm.
a little bit of surrealism in there too.
Yep.
Mm.
Thank you.
We have a couple of people who do collage. I forgot their names. Oh God, I'm terrible with names. Yeah, there's a couple of people here who do collage.
Yeah, Donna does some of that in her.
Yeah. And
Right, I'm gonna unshare. Actually, do that. We have one more image from John. I'm sorry, from Michael. And that's this, very powerful. Man, this is a lot of steps.
yes, it is quite annoying. It is. They should be able to make it a lot simpler. I don't know why.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure that this worked the way the other one did. Is anybody seeing anything?
I see your
Yes.
screen. I see
The
your,
whole screen with my plethora of files scattered all
Yes.
Oh,
over.
and we need to talk about your file system.
Yeah, well, I've got a million files on Google Drive and these are the ones that I can't keep up with. Let's see. I actually have a very robust filing system. I'm going to try this one more time and figure out why this didn't share the way the others did. Ah, here we go.
yeah, the whole bottom is cut off on this one.
Is
Oh,
it?
there, yeah, yeah. There's more, I believe, to the bottom. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Is that pastel, the background?
no, that's acrylic,
Okay,
all of it. Everything's acrylic.
okay.
And let me see. Yeah, even the fog, that's acrylic.
Yeah. It looks apocalyptic.
Yes.
It's meant to be.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
door to another universe.
yeah,
Very dramatic.
like that.
yes.
Okay. I'm going to stop the share on this one. Thanks so much for sharing all that. That was
Wow.
Thanks for showing it. I appreciate it.
that was good.
Nice.
John, did you send me some things?
No, I sent him to Mark because I did not know that you were taking his place tonight.
Oh, so you didn't attempt to do it during our meeting too?
No.
Okay.
I sent him to Mark and I'll leave it till next time.
Okay. Well, that's fine. And I think I asked Daniel if he wanted to try to share anything tonight.
Yeah, I think I
Did
would
you
like
send
to
me
share.
something?
No, I didn't. I have stuff that I could hold up.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let's try that.
Okay. It's just some samples of what I fool around with. I like to do pen and ink sketches,
Mm.
and this is just, and so it's a fall theme. I don't know if you see this.
Hold it up a little higher.
Okay.
Alan, do you want to pin him?
He is pinned
Okay.
here. If anybody wants to pin Daniel's picture, they go to what is it, the upper right hand? I've got it pinned right now, so let's see. Remove pin. I'm just gonna go through this. In the upper right hand corner of the image of the person that you want to pin, if you hold your cursor over that corner, you'll get a little menu. And if you click on it, one of the options is to pin it, which will make it fill the screen. So Daniel, can you hold it just a little bit higher?
Okay.
All right, so we're able to see some pumpkins and
Yeah, it's a fall theme.
yeah,
A little bit higher.
just a bit higher. There you go. Now we can see almost the whole page.
Okay.
A little bit higher.
All
There
right.
you go.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, the top one is kind of a cornucopia. Maybe, it's kind of impressionistic.
Mhm.
And then the next one, I can't see what that is, but
You have a jack-o'-lantern.
yeah, that one's kind of Halloweenish. And the last one is kind of a witch's cauldron
Very cool. And this is all pencil?
pen.
Oh, it's pen.
It's pen and ink, yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
And what kind of
And-
pens do you use?
I use a fountain pen. I
Cool.
like to do that. And this was today, and past examples
Ooh,
here.
Nice pen work.
yeah.
Yeah. So you said you use a fountain pen. Do you
Yes.
use an art pen or a regular fountain pen?
I think it's an art pen, I
Uh-huh.
guess. It's a fountain pen, but
Yeah, I just picked up some fountain pens and I loaded them up, and I'm going to try to do some just ink drawings, sketches on in a book. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm fascinated with that. I was watching something on YouTube, people buying just an ordinary writing fountain pen and just going to town on it, just
Oh, yes.
doodling and scribbling and whatnot. Yeah, I like those pen and inks that you have there. Nice.
Thank you. And I have one painting, and the painting is one that I had submitted to the Durham Fair just for exhibit,
Hmm.
just to show kind of what I do for painting. And I don't know, you can, oh, there you go. Can you see that?
A bit
Yeah,
higher.
we're getting a lot of reflection.
Oh, okay, yeah, there's,
So if you lift it higher and then tilt it down a little bit, it may
There you
kill
go.
some of the
That's better.
reflection. So we can see that it's a tree in a landscape.
Yeah.
yeah, it's acrylic. I could turn out the light if it might help.
No, that would make it worse.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's acrylic. It's something that I just happened to sit down and it came to mind.
Mhm.
So this
Someone
was
like,
your imagination, not from life.
that's right, yes.
Yeah.
It's probably from the past, but I like fences. You can see the wooden fence. I like that. Someone else liked the tree.
Mhm.
I didn't particularly like the tree, but I'm glad someone liked it.
Wonderful. And so is this the piece that you had in the show?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Uh, and I like to dabble in oils and watercolor too.
Oh, wow.
Put watercolor to the pen and ink sketches. That has a wonderful effect.
Yeah.
And I won't sing my song. And that's about all I have right now.
Oh, okay.
Uh, you know, I no, I don't think I'm ready to sing the song, but it is a Halloween song. That's the problem.
Okay.
Called
There's
Well,
not
that,
many Halloween songs.
yeah, that I made. About I met a pumpkin in a patch. Yeah, I almost forget the words. Met a pumpkin in a patch. Who are you? I met a pumpkin in a patch. Who are you? My name is Jack O'Lantern, and I will light the way if you but put a candle in my head today. Day, day, day. Then it goes on to a black cat. I met a black cat on the path. Who are you? I met a black cat on the path. Who are you? My name is Freddy Scaredy Cat, and I will chase away all the scary critters that might get in your way. Hey, 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 hey. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. I accompany that song with a bass.
oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
So what instruments
your
do you
gravelly
play?
voice. Yeah, your gravelly voice fits perfectly with the song. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
is, it's quite appropriate.
Hmm.
So what instruments do you play?
Oh, I play the violin, fiddle. I play the piano, which I taught myself after I retired. So I play the piano. I play bass guitar, electric bass, upright bass. I play guitar. I play working on the button accordion,
Oh my goodness.
uh, mandolin, saxophone,
Wow.
and kind of play the flute if I have to.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it. There's
Yeah, I have sort of a similar background. I play guitar, banjo, fiddle. Fiddle is actually my main instrument, and the mandolin is probably second in terms of just being able to do what I want to do at a moment's notice. But one of the milestones that's coming up for me is that I'm in a mandolin quartet, and we are having our 25th year concert at the Unitarian Universalist Church here in Stratford on November 3rd. So I'll make sure that gets in our newsletter. And
Great.
we played there last year, but we've come up with some different stuff. And we have two mandolins, a mandola and a mandocello as
Hmm.
our basic instruments. And none of us in the group plays the mandolin as their primary instrument. For all of us, I'm known more as a fiddle player. One of the mandolin players is more known as a pianist for playing for contra dances and stuff like that. Another fellow plays an instrument called the nyckelharpa, which is a Swedish bowed fiddle that's a keyed fiddle as well. And then a woman in our group who's a really well-known bluegrass guitar player. So I spend most of my time not drawing, but doodling around on instruments.
Mhm.
Very impressive, all the instruments you people. I
Mhm.
only play one, and that's it.
And what do you play?
The radio. That's about it.
Okay,
I play it pretty good.
I'll bet you do.
You have some
Yeah,
good
it's
stations.
a lot of fun. And I mean, whatever you pick out to do in life, you end up making a community around that. And my own decision was to use my drawing skills more as a way to make a living and to do the music as a way to kind of make friends. So I'm an architect who doesn't hang out with architects. I hang out with musicians. And
Fiddle players. Yep.
yep, fiddle players and so forth.
Great.
So Daniel, we'll have to get together and do a little bit of picking at some point.
That would be fun, yeah.
So another thing that is actually an event that's sponsored by the Arts Alliance is that we are taking part. I'm kind of moving the meeting along into the next phase at this point, because I think all of us have shown what we're going to show. We are going to be part of the Bridgeport Art Trail this year. And
Great.
I'm going to see if I can get back to the agenda. Should have the dates for that, but I think it's something like the 7th of November. Before we're done, I'll look that up and make sure that that's the right date. But it's a Saturday, and our approach to being part of the Arts Trail was to do something different than the Bridgeport group really focuses on. Most of the time, if you've attended those events, it's people looking at the work of artists in their studios or some other venue and not really participating. And so what we're doing here in Stratford is doing participatory projects, and we'll have art and yoga and some other activities going on from I think 10 in the morning until about 4 in the afternoon. And from 2 to 4, my own event is that I'm leading a song circle. So a song circle is not the same as an open mic, where you'd have a stage and a sound system and you get up and you play a song to an audience. It's more of a communal kind of a community kind of singing, where we sit in a circle And we take turns going around the circle, either leading a song, or if you're not actually a singer, you can suggest a song. And we've got various songbooks when needed, if we need the lyrics to something. And we go around the circle and have a good time for a couple of hours. So I'm going to be doing that from 2 to 4 on that Saturday. Michael, you were going to
No,
say,
wait a minute.
No.
My calendar shows that Saturday is the 9th.
the 9th. You're right, John. I was a little skittish about the date.
The art trail starts on the 7th. On Thursday, it goes all the way to the 10th. It ends on Sunday.
Okay.
But yeah, the Arts Alliance is going to be represented at the Sterling House on Saturday. I have the hours as 12 to 2. I'm doing a demonstration with yarn quilting. But I think there's different times and different
There
things.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, okay. All
And
right.
they will all be listed in the newsletter. And I think
Okay.
tonight I'm going to leave it that I've told everybody what there
Yeah.
is. That we're having something, and you can look at the details. If anybody's interested in participating as a volunteer just to help run things, we'd love to have people down there. I'm planning on spending the day, even though I'll be there literally to do my program as the last one from 2 to 4. We're always a little bit short on volunteers for these things. So if you have a chance, you can have some fun and maybe even participate. Let's see. For Daniel and Michael, who are new here, are you getting the newsletter? You've interacted with it before?
I've received the newsletter. Yes, I have. I've what do you call it? Got it. I get it in an email, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And you're all hooked up to that, Daniel?
I haven't gotten any email yet.
Okay. If you could put your email in the chat, I'll write that down and we'll make sure we get you connected.
Okay.
Or you can just tell me what it is.
Oh, okay. It's DANLBERENDT @gmail.com.
Okay, that was easy. We don't need to do anything more with that. That's great. And I imagine Mark already has your email, Michael, if you're getting the newsletter.
Yes, I received it. Yeah.
But Daniel, the easiest way to hook up to this is just to go on Google and type in Arts Alliance.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
uh,
I signed up for the email on
yeah,
our-
that's great. So you'll probably get that soon.
Yeah.
And that lists all of the things that we're doing, all the courses that we have, and so forth.
we-
And I guess there's not really too much more to do tonight, other than just a little sharing. Mark always likes to ask what our newer participants thought of the meeting, and just anything that you want to share about that, about the experience. You want to go first, Daniel, if you have something to say?
I enjoyed what was presented, and a lot of great art there. And I'm interested in the things that are interested in the involvement, such as the art trail, things like that. And so I'm interested in continuing to see how this goes along.
That's
And,
great.
it's a new venue for me, which I need
Mhm.
as an older person, and
Mhm.
losing friends and enemies. So I want to make new friends, not perhaps not enemies, but friends. Make new friends that still exist.
Well, that's great. Daniel, I'm going to put you on my email list for a song circle that my wife and I run at the Unitarian Church on the
Ah.
second Friday of each month. The one that I'm doing at Sterling House is kind of based on that, and a number of the people that kind of regularly attend our own song circle will be there on that Saturday. But a week from Friday night, from 7 to 9, there are a bunch of people that play fiddles and banjos and guitars and sing. So you might find it interesting to drop in on
Yes.
that. And everybody's
Yes.
welcome to that. And you don't have to be a singer to come if you just want to listen to some music in a very welcoming atmosphere. So, Michael, any thoughts?
Well, this is the second meeting I've attended. The last one was a couple months ago.
I
And
remember seeing you.
yeah, and what do you call it? I wish more people would attend the meeting, you know. So my question is, do you ever hold live meetings? Do they draw more people
Yeah,
at Sterling House?
the answer to that is twofold. One is this is probably the smallest meeting that we've had in a long time. And some of that may have to do with the fact that everybody knew that Mark wasn't going to be here. So that could be part of it. But the answer to the other is now that Sterling House is through with their renovations, we will be back. We had one meeting at Sterling House, I think 2 months ago. And no, it was just last month. And it was just too cumbersome to try to do it tonight. So we went back to online. But I think our trend is going to be to meet in person as much as possible.
Sure, and I'm pretty sure that people who want to come online can join also.
Yeah, it is a little tricky because we don't have the technology to make the sharing of their artwork quite as simple, but we're working on it. And
Well,
Mark,
speaking of technology, I have a comment or a complaint.
yes,
Lately, I've been on a lot of Zoom meetings. I've had to attend a lot of Zoom meetings, and what do you call it? All of them are very good, very clear, concise. Some are, just verbal, and a lot of them are also, visual. And I noticed that whatever Zoom system you have here is extremely poor. So that's my complaint. Whoever the boss is, I mean, can you get an upgrade or something? I have no idea because I was on a Zoom meeting yesterday. It's like this is like night and day. Everybody is just faded away here. And I know it's not my computer because of the other meetings I've been attending. Perfectly
yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Well,
So I guess you could say it's a complaint.
well, that's fair. I mean, my experience here, I'm sitting at a iMac with a 27-inch screen, and I would have to say the colors are all true, but the resolution doesn't look all that great. Um, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what is actually happening with your experience.
Well, like I
But
said, my Zooms are coming out perfect, and except
yeah,
this one. Yeah.
that's interesting.
So I don't know. I'm not technically proficient, but does Zoom have like upgrades and things that maybe the Zoom that's being used here could be upgraded, or I don't know.
Now, the upgrades that I'm familiar with have mostly to do with how much time you're able to do and whether you're allowed to do webinars and that those sorts of capabilities more than what the presentation looks like. But I'll talk to Mark about that. I'll let him know that this didn't work so well. So in order to do this, I had to log on to the Arts Alliance of Stratford Zoom account.
Right.
And so I'm not on my normal account. I'm not sure if that makes any difference at all, but I'll
I was assuming that's what you had to do. That's
yeah.
why I was suggesting maybe upgrade the Zoom because if in a situation like this, it's not even worthwhile showing pictures. You can barely see them.
Yeah. Okay, I hear what you're saying. My experience of looking at that artwork was it looked as strong as I expected it to be on my monitor. So there may just be something weird going on there because they look almost identical to the JPEGs that you sent me when they're in my Zoom screen.
Gotcha.
But anyway, did anybody else feel that they were really washed out? Yeah, well,
A little.
like I said, Michael, I'm not disputing what you say. I'll just report it to Mark and we'll see if we can improve that. But the good news is we expect to be in person as much as possible. And that makes all of this so much easier.
Right.
And it's always nicer to be together anyway.
Yeah.
I have similar problems with trying to do music over Zoom because you have to set there's settings for the sound that will allow for reverberation with musical instruments and clip it when you're talking, and you have to set it for whichever mode you'd like it to do. And I've had to stop performing several times because the people weren't able to appreciate the music or even hear what I was playing. So I'm not a big fan of Zoom either. And we'll get off it as soon as we can. All right, so I think that's probably all we have for tonight.
Colin,
Yes,
can you put the minutes of the meeting up on the can you load it up on the chat?
I'm not sure I know how to do that,
All
but I
right.
think that happens afterwards, does it not? Doesn't all that get recorded and then we can post it afterwards?
I'm not sure.
Let me see, I'm gonna stop recording.
Can you
And-
tell me about the song circle again? Because that's what I really wanted to write down and I didn't